Did you know that the marketing team by themselves will not help you to increase the revenue of your business? And did you know that if your sales team do not collaborate in effective way with marketing, you are jeopardizing results of your sales activities, as well you are jeopardizing general result of your company and revenue. Today, in this episode, I will help you to answer the question, what are role and responsibilities of each of these departments, as well as will explain you clearly what they should do and what they shouldn't do, and how to build the collaboration between both of them. At the end of this episode, I will give you special tip how you can increase effectiveness of your marketing department right away, right today. So have a look and watch this episode. Hello everyone, my name is Adam Skoneczny and you are watching the Global Asia podcast. I've been living in Asia 9 years, and for the last 7 years I've been helping Vietnamese IT companies and Asian IT companies to expand globally. In this podcast I am discussing everything related to sales, marketing, global expansion and collaboration with Western clients. Hello everyone, today we have a special episode. I am still in Poland. It's, as you see, it's pretty cold. And why I say special episode? Because I will be comparing marketing department versus sales department. And at the first glance, you might think, okay, Adam, this is pretty simple and straightforward. We all know what is marketing. We know what is sales. However, the reason why I'm recording this episode is not because I have a feeling I want to do it, but it's because I face the challenge with many of my clients, especially with the founders, leaders of the organization, that they hire marketing team and they expect from them to do the sales. And usually what is happening that there is no result. So today I will explain you what are the responsibilities of those people, of the people working in those departments, and what they should do and what they shouldn't do, and how the two of them should collaborate together. So let's get right into it. Let's start with a definition or general description. What is the responsibility of marketing department and people working in marketing? So there are two main responsibilities. One, they handling the marketing, and then second is they handling branding. Sometimes when we have a bigger organization, this is divided by two group of the people, but in smaller organization, usually one group of the people handling those two functions. And actually what they do what I call the work in the background. They help in prepare advertising, they help in prepare materials, pitch decks, designing, all those activities in purpose to generate the lead. The main goal, if you look for in IT company and if you look into the digital marketing, because this is most cases what kind of strategy the IT companies implementing. So those people, they do this work in the background. They work in the internet. They building this kind of machine or funnels to generate leads. When I say generate leads, it's basically generate the interest of the potential client and make them interact with you, or marketing department, it will interact with them. This is what we call inbound and outbound marketing. I will be not getting into deeply what is inbound and outbound marketing, because this we can devote the different episode about that. But generally, if I can say in one sentence, the marketing department, they need to build attention and they need to generate the leads. And now let me explain about the sales department and salespeople. So general definition, if I can say, salespeople, they are the group of the people who interact directly with the client, help them make decision about the purchasing or not purchasing your product. And also, I would say in the IT organization, they will also provide the customer service. In IT companies, usually you can see that those people, we can call them account manager, business development representative, business development executive. Usually we try to remove the name sales because many people believe this name is kind of creating bad feeling. But everything what they do, they trying to sell. So in the practical term, they will take the lead, qualified lead from the marketing team, and then they will sit directly in front of the client. They will have an online meeting, they will have an offline meeting, and then they will be trying to analyze the needs. They will try to convert client to a potential client to become our client. And that will be the main differences. As you can see already that the marketing, it's kind of have this work in the background, doing multiple things, creating funnels, guiding client in this digital world, right to the salespeople. The salespeople taking those potential client and they interact with them in the real world and then converting them to the paid client. So that's the main difference, and that would be kind of definition how you can describe them. So let me give you some practical example for better understanding. Everything starts from the marketing, and the marketing starts campaign, and we have a multiple different campaigns. Let's say in this campaign, the marketing team created advertising on the Google, on the YouTube, which then directing to the landing page. And at the landing page, we have some material that the client, potential client, can download, but in exchange of their phone number or email. In the minute when the potential client provide the email or the phone number, this is what we would call a lead, and this lead will be transferred to the salespeople. Then when the salespeople will receive this lead, they will start qualifying. To be honest with you, the qualification should be working on the both end. The marketing should qualify this lead, and then sales again should qualify this lead. That at the end of the day, we know that the both department, they agree to the what type of the lead it is, because there is nothing worse than marketing believe it's qualified lead and then the sales believe it's not qualified lead, and this kind of issue happen very often. So make sure that the both department, in their responsibility, they have a qualification of the lead. Then when the sales receive this kind of lead, they will put it in the sales process, which will be for example built of the 5 stages or 6 stages. First will be the discovery call, then maybe they will have a brainstorming session, then they will have a technical meeting, then they will have a proposal, so on so forth. So that in the practical life, that's how it will happen. And if you draw, let's say, funnel, so at the very top, the funnel will be very wide. Let me draw it for you guys. So if I draw the funnel, on the top we have a here marketing cold leads coming in, let's say from this advertising. Then if they download our materials, that will be another higher type of the lead. When I say higher type of the lead, I mean more qualified, if I can say like that. And then when they will be moved to the sales and we have another qualification process, then we can call it qualified lead. And then obviously when they will be going through the sales process, few leads will pass or will not want to buy your product or services. And then at the end of the day, we will stay with 1 or 2 clients. Why this is important to look at from this perspective? Because thanks to kind of funnel perspective, you can implement the mathematics into your whole marketing and sales process. What do I mean? I mean, if on the top there will be 1,000 people coming from advertising to your landing page, and then from landing page to download there will be 500, and then from download to qualified lead will be 100, and then from qualified lead to proposal will be 10, and from the proposal to close deal will be 1. You can easily calculate what are the conversion rates from this campaign in this funnel. And if you have this kind of number, you know what are the conversion rates. You know how much you need to pay to acquire 1,000 leads, cold leads, then you will know exactly how much it costs you to get one client. And if you have this kind of numbers, you can scale as much as possible. So guys, now you have already practical example. You know how the client moving through your whole sales and marketing process. You know what in those processes is important. You know already what one department is responsible for and what another department is responsible for. You know, you have all of those information. So now let me share next thing. I want to actually get deep into the root of the problem, and I want to give you exactly my perspective and how we work with the client to actually explain you what is the most efficient way to set up your marketing and sales. So guys, number one problem, what I notice is that people hire marketing employees, experts to join to the organization, and they believe that they will help them to win the client. And this is not true, because most of the cases they don't have actually experience to work directly with the client. If you force them, then your results might be very poor. Keep in the mind, marketing people work in the background. They sometimes or very often they don't have a human skills. I mean, in the term of interaction, sales, persuasion, everything that you need to close the deal. Second big mistake, what is happening, very often the people hiring marketing agency and they expecting sales result. What's that mean? Basically, somebody pay marketing agency for generating leads, and then they get in those leads. They cannot convert them because they don't have a salespeople. They have only technical people, and then they say, "Oh, the leads are bad." And again, this is the same situation. You, like with the marketing people, you expect from them to close the deal. So if this doesn't work, then you take in your technical people and you expecting their close the deal, and this is also doesn't work. So you need to have those people, like salespeople, who has this ability to close the deal, work with the client directly, and also often after provide customer support. Next common problem is about the tracking conversion. So it's exactly what I explained you with that funnel. How many leads it's coming, what are the conversion, how much money you need to pay to get one client, how much money you need to pay to get one lead. If you have this information, you are able to scale your business and be able to tell to your financial department or to your team how much we need to invest to win the client. Additionally, it will help you with operation. How? Basically, let's say that your team is fully booked and you see that next month 2 projects is finishing. And then you will see that your funnel, it's taking 2 months to drive a whole traffic through that funnel to get one client. So you will know that you need to start to run marketing campaign, this Google ads or wherever, that to get in 2 months time client for that team what will finish project soon. So this also is extremely important for you to get those information and implement this process of tracking. So let me get into the collaboration. This is another huge problem. The marketing usually do not collaborate with the salespeople. Why? Because marketing, it's usually this creative department, this strategy department, this department where they work in the background and they do something online. They don't have a direct contact with the client. They do this kind of creative strategic work. Where the salespeople, they're very practical, pragmatic, working directly with the client, listen about the problems, trying to solve the problem. So these two mindsets are completely different. You need to find a way to actually align those teams together to make sure that information from salespeople, specifically about problem, challenges, what the client's looking for, what are the trends and things like that. They're transferred to the marketing. Because if they're not, mostly they are guessing. And if I'm guessing, they might guess wrongly and their effort might be wasted. So that's the one thing what is important. How you can do it? Basically, you can have a weekly meeting, can have a sharing meeting, you have a team building to create the relationship with the two teams. And guys, again, I see this is one of the most common mistakes that the people separated those two teams. Additionally, what you can do, you can just put them sit together, and that's it. They just sit together and they have to communicate together. Create this kind of environment that they're asking question each other. Last but not least, very often, if your sales and customer service process is set up correctly, you will have a monthly or quarterly survey with the client. During the survey, you will understand very deep needs of the client. If you can transfer this information to the marketing department, they can create specific marketing that will answer the questions of the client. And thanks to that, you can attract much more people. So guys, in summary, simple say, marketing brings the people to the door. Salespeople bring them in and turn them into the paid client. Two different roles and responsibility. Do not mix them up. If you want to leverage marketing campaigns and connect them with a sales campaign, you need to have a like two different type of the people that will work closely together. To get the best advantage of this, you need to have a system that the number on mathematics is connected to this, and you can calculate conversion rate and investment to the each stages, and also the time from the beginning of the funnel to the end of the funnel. That this is the best system that you can implement to make sure your business growing sustainably. And the last thing, as I promise you guys, I will give you one top advice that I received from my mentor. His name is Tomasz Onyszko. He is extremely good entrepreneur. He also ran the CTO Morning Coffee podcast with his friends. I will put the link below so you can see his work as well. But what he taught me, it was really eye-opening. Very often when we hire marketing people, the KPIs that we will assign for them, it will be in form of conversion, collected leads, impression, or managing the social media channels and other things like that. This is completely fine, but there is one point which is missing here. If you set up KPI this way, they do not have a kind of responsibility for the business. What I mean, they have a responsibility for their little world. I mean the marketing world and branding world. But this world, if they are responsible for this world, they do not have a feeling how this directly affect the business. So what Tomasz recommended to me, it's basically to also accept those KPI, what I just explained before, to give them KPIs in revenue. And you might say, Adam, marketing, it doesn't affect revenue because, yeah, as you said, they will pass the lead to the salespeople, and this is the place where the salespeople will actually affect directly revenue. And this is true. But if you set up the revenue target for marketing team, it will force them to work closely with the salespeople and help them win. And you see, this is what I was telling you before. Make sure the two departments collaborating together closely. And the best way I see is that what the Tomasz recommend me. Put the revenue goal for marketing team. And this will force them to work together. So guys, that's it for today's podcast. What I want you to do next, I want you to consider if you want to build the marketing team, if you want to build the sales team. If you build all of them, are they separated? Do they have a different role and responsibilities, and are they clear with that? Last but not least, I want you to have a look if you put mathematics That means if you have a clear way how to calculate the conversion rate. In the future, if you would like to hire salespeople, I have a video to show you how to hire salespeople, how to choose the right salespeople. So if you want to watch that video, I will leave link below, and also will be here in the top of the screen. Guys, thank you so much. This is Go Global Asia podcast, and I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.